Hello everybody, and today I'm doing a video on leak down test on Yamaha R1. And these are my leak down test gauges. I can get the light in here good. You perform a leak down test at 35 pounds, and a good engine will hold 2%. That's just under that first mark right there. That's 5, and then at the end of that yellow, that's 10%. I say the best you can do is 2% leak down. Can't do any better than that, and that's at 35 pounds of air. Now, rarely do I use my compression gauge test gauges anymore. I pretty much do leak down tests on everything. Let's if I can adjust the light there, so you can see the numbers. That helps. But anyway, let's see if we can get started here. I've tested cylinders 1, 2, and 3 already, and they held in between 5 and 8%. That's fine. This bike has 35,000 miles on it. I can show you on the last cylinder that I did the test on already, and that's number 4. It's the worst of the 4. It holds a 10% leak down. Let's get this thing hooked up. See where we're at. I'm back on. Yeah, I'm back on. Okay, here we go. It's already got the compression gauge line in the cylinder. Hook my air hose up to the end of my injector. And what I do, you want to get spin the motor over until it's until you have the intake and the exhaust cam in full duration. And to do that, what I do is I put 10 pounds of air in it. Give you a closer look. See if I can give you a closer look. So you want to make sure both the intake and the exhaust cam is in full duration. With your leak down tester, you have to get familiar with it, get the hang of using it. To get both cams in full duration, I mean with the valve cover on, you can't see the cams. What I do is I put 10 pounds of air in my leak down tester. I put in 10 pounds. Okay, and you can see it's leaking from there. My wrench is on the end of the motor. My breaker bar, put that back in there. And what I'll do, okay, I'm got a hand on the wrench. I'm gonna spin it over until it goes away from 100% leak down. Okay, through the intake valve is gonna close. It closed. See the leak down starting to go down. Now, as soon when that intake valve closed, it's approximately just a little over a quarter turn. You want to spin it. If you don't spin it, that you'll have to keep a hand on the wrench while you turn the air up on it, or to keep the wrench from spinning on you. You spin it about a quarter of a turn, a little bit more than a quarter of a turn, and you don't have to hold the wrench. Okay, 35 pounds. Let's see where we're at here. There. See, I've tested this cylinder already. That's 35 pounds, and you can see it's at 10% leak down. Now, when you have more than normal leak down, premium leak down is only 2%. You won't hear anything coming out of the engine, or nothing recordable as far as leak down with 2%. But once you get around 10%, you can hear pretty good where it's leaking. The intake is real easy to check if you have the carburetor or the fuel injection off. You can put your ear up to it, or what you can do is you can put your hand over it. And if it blows, you can feel the air trying to push your hand off. You'll know that you got a leaky intake valve. If it's not, the air's not coming through the intake valve, you can put your ear up to the exhaust. You can put your ear up to the exhaust, and it's real easy to hear if you have an exhaust valve leaking if you put your ear up to the exhaust. Now, if it's not coming through the intake, your leak down is not coming through the intake or not coming through the exhaust, only two other things it could be. Your leak down could be blowing through the rings like it is on this one. I already put my ear here already. I don't know if you can hear that. Through my phone, I can hear it. You can hear it. It's pretty loud coming through there. Okay, that's going to be the rings on this this bike. But other than the rings, the intake valve, intake and exhaust valves, the piston rings, you can have a blown head gasket. And if you got a blown head gasket, if the head gasket is blown in between two cylinders, both cylinders will have about the same leak down if the gasket is broke straight across. But it could break to the front of the motor or to the back of the motor, and not necessarily over into another cylinder. That does happen sometime. But I like the leak down tester more than compression gauges because it gives you more accurate detail the condition of your motor. If there's a problem with leak down, exactly where the leak down is at. Okay? Thanks for watching.